Hello everyone, my name is Grayson Friggin Payne, and today we're going to do another I know I'm saying a lot. You can't stop me. You can't tell me what to do. Anyways, today we are going to be playing another playing. What am I saying? I'm sorry. I don't script these in case you didn't know. I don't take notes. Everything's off the top of my head until you get the most genuine reactions from me. Anyways, today we're going to review the very first Five Nights at Freddy's game. Now, I may be biased to this, but as you know me, I am an avid Five Nights at Freddy's fan. It's one of my favorite franchises. It completely changed the way I view the internet. My introduction to FNAF basically started me down the path of many of the things that I do today. It's probably the most influential. I'd say it's in the top 3 most influential games of all time for me. Number 1 would have to be New Super Mario Bros. DS. Number 2, Wii Sports. And I guess number 3, Five Nights at Freddy's. Either 1 or 4. Because I came into the series summer of 2015. And it's been an upward, sometimes downward spiral ever since. So yeah. The first game. Dare I say, a masterpiece. A masterpiece among horror games. A masterpiece among horror media. Dare I say, a masterpiece among video games. The very art form itself. Sorry if you can hear my air conditioner. It's spring, and it's beginning to get really hot. That's the thing with my room. My room, with no interference, room temperature for my room is either blazing hot or it's ice cold. There is no in between. So I'm constantly either having my heater or air conditioner on. Yeah, during spring or summer, blazing hot. Fall and winter, it's ice cold. It just all of a sudden switches, just like that. There's no transitional period. Anyway, that's why. So, first Five Nights at Freddy's game. I consider a masterpiece. I would put the first Five Nights at Freddy's game. I might even put the whole trilogy up there among the likes of Silent Hill 2 and Resident Evil. Dare I say. I know, blasphemy. Blasphemy. But, let me explain. First of all, this game is a master of atmosphere. The first Five Nights at Freddy's game, in fact, the whole Five Nights at Freddy's series as a whole, has the best, not even one of the best, but the best atmosphere I've ever seen in the game. And I've seen some good atmosphere. I played Resi 7. And that is a very good atmosphere. It's probably in the top 5 too. But my gaming expertise are limited. Yeah. Master at atmosphere. The designs of the characters. Something that is not... I mean, people all agree that they're creepy, right? But I don't think people really take it a question why they're creepy. They're creepy because they look almost realistic. They look like they could be real animatronics at some sort of pizzacade. It's pizzeria arcade, you know. But they look also old and withered without being, the withered animatronics. They look old and rotten. And just the way they stare and the way they move is very unnerving. And it's something the series has replicated, but it hasn't replicated perfectly. It hasn't replicated it just like how the first game did it. And yes, in FNAF VR, you do see them moving around, like on the cameras and by the hall. But while that's cool, I like that. I like that they did that rather than just have them teleport around for the VR game. It works for a very specific reason in the first game. And that's not only because of technical constraints, because the software that Scott made the games on was very limiting. And it's amazing that he did what he did on those limitations. That shows the genius, creative game dev that he is. But, also, it's like the cameras go dark, and then you lose one of your 5 senses. You lose sight, for cameras at least. And then when your light comes back on, you don't know where they are, so you're constantly scrambling around the cameras, then you gotta check the doors, and then they're just there. There's no build up. Like in the VR game, you can see them walking to you. But in this game, They just appear. They're there, and it's like a jolt of electricity. And in some cases, that can work against a game. But for Five Nights at Freddy's, it works for a variety of reasons I'm not going to get all into right now. You could say that's my job, but whatever, fuck off. I'm going to do what I want. So yeah, let's talk about Phone Guy. Phone Guy serves a very vital part, obviously. He's like... Jesus. Hi there. Thank you. Sorry, Instagram. The Phone Guy is like the most talking we've ever heard of in the FNAF games. You could argue that Tape Girl from Help Wanted is up there, and she is. But, you know, Phone Guy, like, this is the very first voice we ever heard in these games. You know, it was Phone Guy. And he serves, you know, obviously as a tutorial for the game, but also as a lore purpose, and that's where all that began. You know, look at all the FNAF fan games. It's all but required for a FNAF game, or FNAF type game, to have something very, very similar to Phone Guy. You know, Scott basically created, like, a whole new game mechanic, almost. Which is crazy. Yeah, so... not a whole lot more to talk about. Okay, let's get into some of the cons for the game, which there aren't that many. And even the ones that I do con the game for, I'll still con the game for, but I don't know how much I can exactly take away from it. Replay value is pretty limited. Like, you have Custom Night, but for one, that's not infinite. Like, there is a set number of possibilities for that. And two, I don't know, does anyone really actively come back to Five Nights at Freddy's just to make a custom night? You know, mainly the only reason people use custom night is to do 2020. But if you're returning to the game, you're probably going to be playing through nights 1 through 5, because you get those old, you know, classic phone calls. My frames have gotten a tiny bit better. Not that much, though. You go back to playing for that, so that's the reason. Also, the gameplay. Many argue it's repetitive. I disagree. I think it's perfect for the type of game that it is. It created a whole new game mechanic, damn near genre. You know, the sit and survive genre of horror games. And, you know, stuff like that's been a thing before, but FNAF is obviously what, you know, brought that gameplay mechanic into full proportion. So yeah. Who texted me? So yeah, those are pretty much the only criticisms I have of the game. One is gameplay. It doesn't really give you a whole lot of reasons to come back to it. And the lack of replay value, kinda. But the gameplay is nostalgic in of itself. And you go to it to see the atmosphere and everything, and the story, and the lore, and the characters. You want to get scared. You want to go boo. So yeah. That's it. That's my review of Five Nights at Freddy's 1. I'm going to be recording a few more reviews, because I'm going to my dad's later tonight, so I'm going to my dad's for like a week. So I'm going to be recording like a bunch of stuff in advance and then scheduling them to come out. This is the first time I've ever done this. But it'll be fun. Should be fun. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like it, share, subscribe, everything like that, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.